What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video, and today I'm going to do my absolute best to explain the algorithm of SimCity Build It. I'm going to read you guys something that is from EA, and as you know, see, it's from them. And then I'm going to open up my game, and I'm going to try to explain the rare find, so to speak, as best as I can. Okay? So, the Global Trade HQ has been a very popular feature in SimCity Build It. Every day, over 8 million transactions take place, meaning this is busier than the New York Stock Exchange. The game team wanted to answer some of the most frequently asked questions from mayors in regards to the global trade. Why is there no search filter? Global Trade HQ works in a way that every item sold is created by another player. Certain items have higher demand than others. And generally, the high demand items will sell a lot quicker than the low demand items. If we added a feature that would enable players to search for a specific item type, it would make the high demand items sell incredibly fast. This would then result in the high demand items completely disappearing from the market, and almost no one would find the type of items that they needed, or that they need. We strive to make the Global Trade HQ a balanced and fair place, regardless of your connection, device, or location. Adding a search of filter functionality would make it highly unfair for those who are not able to quickly grab each new item that is put up for sale. Any kind of feature that favors a few at the expense of the majority will lead to an unequal experience, considering that over 8 million transactions are made on the Global HQ every day. Why there is no variety in the Global HQ. It all works based on the laws of supply and demand. Each item placed in the global market is created by another player. Certain items sell more than others, causing the overall share of particular items to be higher for items that have a higher supply. Due to his slower selling items placed in the market will make it look like it's more difficult to find a higher selling one. What? I didn't understand that. I don't know if you guys did. Well, the higher selling items will sell faster. The Global Trade HQ randomly picks a selection of items from the total available pool of items, and sometimes the system will pick a selection of items that has been on sale for a longer time. We strive to improve the overall experience of Global Trade HQ step by step and great care, as small tweaks can have considerable impact of millions of players, blah, blah. Why can't we buy things from the Global Trade HQ directly instead of having to travel to the seller's city? Well, that's obvious because you want to see what else they have for sale. Okay. Then they go on to talk about player feedback. All right, so I'm going to open my game. Now, basically, if you guys are low level and you have a specific amount of items, let's say you have 25 items unlocked, and this is including any bit of expansion or rares. Let's just say you have a total of 25 items that you can visibly see. That means that the algorithm of the game is only going to be able to show you 25 items in type. You're not going to see items you don't have unlocked, correct? Okay, so let's say that you have a feeder city and you're using it to buy rares from the global trade. And let's say that you have two feeder cities side by side. One is a level 10 and one is a level 18. The level 18 has more items unlocked than the level 10. Does this mean at the end of the day that you are going to be able to find more rares on the level 10? Not necessarily. And I'm going to show you guys why. Every time you click on this, every 30 seconds, it is refreshed, okay? I need tables, so I'm going to go get that. Every time that you hit that, I want you guys to count how how many times it takes to see a rare item every time you refresh. And I want you to do it on your level 10 city and your level 18 city. And by rare, I mean storage or dozer. Now, based off of what EA claims, they're saying that the level 10 city is going to find rares posted in the global HQ more often than the level 18. Okay, so you're sitting here and you're clicking refresh on level 18. You're up to 1. Got nothing. Okay, you click the one on the level 10. You got nothing. Do it 10 times and see how many rares pop up in this HQ, okay, versus your level 10. That is the algorithm of the game. It's basically saying that it's going to pop up more. You have a higher chance of rares popping up on the level 10 than you do the level 18. However, why, at the end of the day, did you end up with more rares on your level 18? Well, maybe you clicked a low-level item like metal and you just happened to come across a depot that had 20 for sale, right? Or maybe you just happened to hit the hot hour where it's the end of contest of mares and everybody dumps their rares, right? So you have to take into account that the rare find really, or the algorithm of the rare find, is only really applicable to this specific screen. So if you're clicking lower level items on one city and clicking higher level items on another, you're more than likely going to find more rares, right? If I sit in here at my level 99 city and that's having everything unlocked, right? And I click only high level items like burgers, I'm more unlikely to find rares than if I was to click lower level items, because we all know that lower level players sell their rares more frequently than higher level players. And we also know that the higher level players have a higher probability of having more items for sale that are not rares. We know that if we click on a low level item and we have the chance of hitting a low level player, that they can only have so many items for sale because they've only unlocked so many items. And it also depends on if you camp at their city. There are often times where you click a low level item, you camp at their city, and they post other rares for sale. So you can't say, okay, well, I'm on my level 18, and at the end of the day, I ended with 40 rares, and then when I did my level 10 city, I ended with 30. How many of those rares were found only from this screen? That is the number you want to focus on. Doesn't matter if you bought 15 cameras from a city that didn't advertise a camera. If I click this seed and I find a rare item, that's not my rare find, okay? The rare find that they're talking about is your refresh, this. They can't control what people sell in their cities. All they can control is what you see when you click this screen. They can't say, well, we know the high-level players are going to click this city, so we're going to send them to this city, and then that way they don't find as many rares. That would be impossible. The only thing that they can control on their end is which items you see when you refresh your screen. So I hope that makes sense and that I've answered some of your guys' questions. But basically, I think that people are misunderstanding the algorithm. I think that you guys are thinking, okay, I found more rares on this city today versus this city, therefore it's better to be this level. No, it could be that you just happened to come across a depot with 50 rares in it, right? Could be. It's possible. But let's say that it didn't. Let's say that you refresh this thing every day, okay? And you're refreshing it and you're just counting. I want you guys to count how many times you have to refresh before you see a rare item for sale on both cities. Now, somebody had done this, and I had read their comment, and I have never done this myself, and I'm actually going to do it later on today. But I do believe that for his level 30 city, he said it was like 1 in every 12 times that he clicked the refresh button he could see at one expansion item. Now, yes, as we read in the thing that I read you guys online, there is supply and demand. Those items are going to sell faster than hamburgers, for example, which is why you see so many hamburgers. It's not that, so many people make the hamburgers. It's that the people that do make them and post them for sale, they sit there for long periods of time before they sell, right? So basically the same thing. Like, I've been playing this game 4 years. I rarely see rares pop up in my global HQ. And I will say this. There are hot hours where the global HQ is flooded with rares. And usually, at the very end of Contest of Mayors, the whole day, for sure within the first 2 hours of the contest ending, you will see a flood of rares, even for a level 99. And even the entire day after con, because people are logging on, they're collecting their rewards, and they're selling them. You will also notice when we have the holiday specials, like the Easter, the spins where you guys can earn stuff. I don't know, if you guys have been playing the game a long time, you know what I'm talking about. Like when we do our Christmas bundles and you can earn the little rewards where you get 1 of each storage or 3 of each storage, you will start noticing that the global market has a lot more rares for sale at that point. So as you can see, I see a lot of mountain, beach, and airport rares, but I rarely see any expansion. So you guys also have to pay attention to what is going on in the game, and that is going to affect your rare find as well. If you guys are if we have a thing going on where we just started the Mayor's Pass, you look at your Mayor's Pass and you see that the first couple levels of the Mayor's Pass is offering 5 of each storage. The odds are that the first day of COM, you're going to start seeing a lot more storage. So pay attention to what promotions are going on in the game. If you have feeder cities, be patient. Don't think, they restrict the amount of rares that you can see. They aren't restricting you specifically, okay? It's just the luck of the draw. And the law of averages basically says you have 25 items unlocked. You have a 1 in 25 chance of this popping up, right? If you have 43 items unlocked, you have a 1 in 43 chance. That's basically what they're doing, okay? But if you go and you click on an item that isn't a rare, and you just so happened to come across items of rarity, that isn't controlled by the algorithm of the game. They can't control what other players post. And that is partially why on the second or third paragraph, you see they say why they don't allow you guys to sort it by variety and why they do what they do, because it wouldn't be fair. If every time you wanted to search, let's say that you wanted bricks, okay? And let's say that your queue was full of glue. So you have a long time before you can make your own bricks. And you need them right now because you're doing an epic challenge and you can't find them anywhere. If you were able to just go and search for that, it would take the entire purpose of the game away. For example, epic challenges wouldn't be hard because you could just type in the name. So what reason would you have to unlock a bunch of storage? You wouldn't, because you can just go and get the item whenever you want. You just go type it in, you get it. What reason do you have to hold on to items? What reason do you have to make items, really? Because they're for sale, you can just go get them whenever you want. There's no reason to max out your storage. There's no reason to prep for your epic. There's no reason to make anything. And then the game would die off. The whole point, if any of you have ever played the older SimCity build-its, well, they weren't build-its, but SimCity, you know that they didn't run based off items. They ran off just the city and the taxes. And people that played that SimCity are focused a lot on that. So they think that the taxes is the main way that you make your money in this game, and it is not. Okay? Give me just a second so I can respond to. All right, you guys, I'm back. Now, as I was saying, if the game allows you to search for items, it would take away a lot of what the game is about. The whole point in the game, and to do house upgrades and flights and assignments and things like that, the challenge is to make the assignments, to build a strategy where you guys know what to hold on to, what not to hold on to, what to make, what not to make, things like that. That's what makes this game fun. A lot of people, I feel like they want it too easy. They want to pick up the game and just be able to build their city without having to put much thought into it. And believe it or not, this game is actually, to be successful at this game, you can't just pick it up and do whatever the hell you please. Okay, you could, but you're not going to be successful, and you're not going to progress in a fashion where you are going to benefit early on. Okay, and what I mean by that is this game is set up to where it can be played without spending real money, but you have to have a strategy. Okay, it's a very strategic game, and if you don't have a strategy and you just do whatever the hell, you're not going to be successful. If you've done your research on the game and you've watched videos, specifically my videos, because I've seen some of the videos other YouTubers put out on this game, and honestly, it's a disgrace. I will say that, because I honestly am disgusted with the amount of bad information that I have seen on this game. People always, especially with the newer age video gaming and technology that we have available to us, people make a point to do research on whatever game it is that they're playing. It doesn't matter what they're playing, they want to know what to do to not screw up, right? So they watch people on Twitch or Mixer or whatever. They just like to see people play the video game, or they want to know what to do so they don't waste days and days of their time. The issue is that these people are just people that, like you and me, that play the game, and they learn from their mistakes. Somebody had to make the mistake in order to teach you, right? So my problem is that, one, I didn't listen to anybody. I didn't look up anything, because I don't usually do research on video games. I just kind of do what I want, right? Well, I suffered greatly for it too. But after researching on this game, I'm actually glad that I didn't do any research, because, and I will tell you this, I have seen more misinformation on this video game than any other game I've ever looked up. I cannot tell you. And I know that the things, okay, like when you go and you look up the map, I had done a video the other day, and it had shown a screen where it showed the level unlocks and how many dozer pieces are used in each cell to unlock it. And I said at the beginning of my video that I do not know if this picture is accurate, because there's no way for me to know that without starting a city and unlocking each square, right? When you look up stuff on this game, there's not a lot from EA specifically. A lot of the information that's out there is on Reddit, it's on forums, it's on the EA forums. Just because it's on the EA forums doesn't mean it's from EA. You have to look at who is writing that comment. So just because one person out there says, oh, you need to do this, this, or this, doesn't make it true, okay? I can't tell you, and I have a video where I pulled up multiple websites, and I show you guys the information on there, and I tell you how it's wrong. So there's several topics that I've looked up on this game. Production charts being one of them. The amount of money that's needed, the amount of money that you make per item per minute. If you look up those production charts, and there's like 4 different websites that are pretty popular for it, and you pay attention very closely, and I'm not very good at math, okay, but I know enough to know it's wrong. I'm not some genius, trigonometry, all that. But I can do basic math. And if you can do basic math, you can clearly see that 90% of the charts that are out there are wrong. Now, they might not be wrong on every item, but if you look closely, you see that they're wrong on several items. Okay? When you look at the level unlocks, some of the level unlocks are not accurate. So then I use their information, thinking that it's accurate, and I come on here and I say, oh, you know, at level blah, blah, you unlock this. And then I find out from somebody, no, you don't. Well, shit. All right, you don't. So I'm going to have to basically start from square one, a city, and start writing down when you unlock this, when you unlock that. It would be nice, and I know that a lot of you low-level players, when you click on your shop here, it says you unlock this item at this level. You know, it'll have a little lock on it. Once you unlock that item, it no longer tells you that. So for high-level people like myself, who haven't been a level 30 in 4 years, we don't remember what level it is that you unlock it. So we go and we look it up on the internet. And when I look it up on the internet and I have 3 different websites telling me 3 different things, it's frustrating. And I really wish that EA would do better and put out more information on the game that is from them, so we know for a fact how the game works. For example, the amount of tokens that it costs to get a gold token. It cost me 20 gold token pieces to get a gold token. It has always costed me 20 since day one. I have gotten several different answers as to how it is generated, and all of them make no sense. And those are from EA, okay? Several different answers. So it would be nice to get specific, truthful answers to some of our questions. Now, there's also a thing going around saying that, or a rumor, or I don't know what, saying that we have regional epics. How many do we have? What's the probability of getting one? Is it even true? Can anybody contest to the fact that they actually have a regional home? Because, as we know, there are hackers in this game, and they can do whatever the hell they want, and they can post pictures of homes that don't exist and make false news. I don't know. I haven't seen anything from EA stating that we have it that I can recall. I'm not saying it's not out there, but I can't find anything on it. Now, if you have something specifically from EA that says you can earn regional epics, this is how many different homes there are, this is which category they're in, and this is the probability of you getting one, then great. The algorithm of the game, I wish that they would give, they say it's a complex system. Okay, explain it to me. Don't just give me some half-assed response in your email and say, well, it's complex. Okay, how so? What are the numbers? What do you bear? You know what I mean? Like, explain it to us. There is things, items that go up in price each time you buy them. It would be nice to have a guide that said, hey, you know what? If you buy this building and you want another one, it's going to cost you this amount of coin, right? So there's a lot of information I think that we could benefit greatly from that isn't provided out there. There's been a lot of things that I've wanted to know, to look up. Okay, for example, the amount of storage, the maximum amount of storage that you can get. What is it? Because it was 600. Now when you type it into Google, you don't get a real answer. So it was 600, right? Then you have 20 per regional map, you have 5 regionals. So that's 100. And then you have whatever temp storage. Then, with the recent update, they upgraded it to what? I don't know. I've heard so many different things. Right now, I am at 770 with a total of 4 regional maps. So I got 80 from my regionals. And then I have 20 from my storage, from my temp storage. So I have at least another 20 that I can unlock from a regional map. And then probably another 15 or 20 in the Mayor's Pass. But when does it cap out for just basic storage? Without regional, without temp. Somebody told me 700. Somebody told me 750. Somebody told me 800. Anybody have a real answer? Something from EA that says what it is? If so, I would love to see it. I'm not saying it's not out there. I just would like to see it. You know what I mean? So the misinformation and whatnot is very frustrating, to say the least. If you see stuff in my videos of, oh, well, you know, she said that it was this much, or she said that to do it this way or whatever, and it's wrong, odds are that that's either the game has been updated since then, or I got my information from a website that I should have got my information from. So I went off that. I can only do so good, okay? But I'm telling you guys how to be productive in the game, how to build a successful city, and if you follow my advice, you will do phenomenally. I promise. Okay? I have somebody in my group. He has followed every bit of advice. He came across my videos very, very early on in his gaming experience. He has been basically following every single bit of advice that I've given him. And he's only been playing about 2 months and only been playing for a month. Like seriously playing for a month. So for the fact that he is somewhere between 450 and 500 storage, he's level 18, he's hit first place in his leagues, he's running a 1900 point average on his assignments. Well, that's a phenomenal score considering the fact that he can't do any house upgrades, and he's limited to the other assignments, such as he has no Omega assignments. He just unlocked his airport, and he has his VU tower and his gold key assignments, but he's unable to do things like gold chest, certain war attacks, regional assignments, and just all kinds of stuff. So he's limited to the amount of assignments that he can do, and he's still running a 1900 point average, which is phenomenal. Okay, almost all of his map is completely unlocked. His beach is fully unlocked. He hasn't unlocked mountain yet because he's not there yet. He can't, I don't think you can even buy a Maxis Manor until, it's not the map. Where am I doing? 22, level 22. So yeah, you can't buy that. And I did put that in my video. I said to make sure you have a Maxis before you leave level 18. I apologize that I would like to see you guys have it before you hit level 24 when you guys do your epics. So yes, you cannot buy it at level 18. However, you can win the mega prize at level 18 and hold on to that money. Just be very, very careful, because I've had a lot of people come to me, and I've had this happen myself, where you accidentally click these coin to cash packets and there goes $1,000. Poof. Somebody just had that happen in my group the other day. So be very careful of that. Okay? Now, just on the algorithm of the game alone, you guys be patient with it. If you're high level, you're going to have a really hard time finding rares. It's just how it is. If you make a feeder city, it's not useless. It's not pointless. You are going to have a better chance of finding rares on a feeder city than you are on a higher level city. That's just how it is. You're going to have a better chance. Now, be very careful when you transfer these items, because if you are doing it in large quantities, there's been reports that people have basically had their items not visible, right? So post them in groups of 5. Buy them in groups of 5. Don't post 40 of them for sale and try to buy all 40 at once. Post 5, buy 5. Post 5, buy 5. Make sure that you guys are not missing out on any. That way, if you're out anything, you're only out 5. Okay? I do imagine that there is a cap amount that you're allowed to sell in a day. I don't know what that is, to be honest. I don't think there's any information on it out there that's legit. But I have done trades with people in somewhere in the hundreds, okay? Like 300-400 items at a time. And I haven't had a restriction. However, I could see if you were buying a lot on the global market and you were exchanging them quite a bit, or you were using any kind of a cloning app or a hacking device or something, I could see that they might put a restriction on you for hacking or thinking you're hacked, or so. I don't know how they do their technical stuff, okay? Because they don't put very much information on it. But I could see you guys getting screwed over and missing rares, because I've had people in my club report to me that they've had this happen to them. So just be careful when you guys are posting those rares for sale, okay? I hope that I've helped you guys with the whole algorithm of the game. I can't say for certain that, you know, you have a 10% chance of finding a camera. I can't say that, okay? It really just depends on what's out there, how, you know, what people are selling and all that. As you know, in the paragraphs, that statement that we read from EA at the beginning of the video, they said that all the items in the global HQ are items that are made by players. Well, that is actually a false statement, because you can't make a camera. You can't make rares. So technically, unless you're purchasing those rares with cash, it's whatever the game spits out. So all those opinion bubbles, you know, it would be nice to know the chances of getting a rare. Like, is it 1 in every 15 bubbles? Like, what causes you to get them more often and what not? They don't put those numbers out for us, and I wish they would. You know, how many gift bags do you get a day? I don't know. I've had it where I've gotten several, 15, 20, and then I go on there and I don't get any for ever, you know? So it would be nice if they would put those numbers out for us, but unfortunately they don't. If you guys have an idea, I know you do get like 1 gold key a day. Then there's been reports where if you have cash from the gift bubbles, if you don't hit the item on your screen and collect it, that it doubles in cash. I've never had that happen, but people claim they've had it happen. So let me know if it's actually happened to you. Same with the cameras. They claim that if they get a rare item and they don't hit the collect button, that they get 2 cameras. I don't believe it. I think they're crazy. I mean, yeah. So you guys just be patient. I know that the rares are a pain in the butt, but this is how they make their money. They make their money by the storage upgrades and the cash and all that stuff. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get this video out for you guys. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button, because we can always use more of you guys.